Hello students, welcome to the class of statistics. Yes, we will continue with chapter number 2. Today's our first topic is classification of quantitative data. There are two types of quantitative variable. The first one is discrete variable and the second one is continuous variable. Classification of discrete variable is called discrete frequency distribution and classification of continuous variable is called continuous frequency distribution. Students, on the screen you will find that discrete frequency distribution. I'll start with the practical portion of the chapter. Now over here the question is given to you that during the month of May, information regarding number of accidents per day on a particular road of a city is as under. The question is given to you and yes, we need to classify it. Yes, as the topic of classification is going on, we need to classify it. Now over here our very first step will be to see the headings. Number of accidents, X. Telemarks, you all know. Number of days is frequency. Now students, we will see the question and check out the lowest and the highest XI. Over here, if we see the question, the lowest one is 0, whereas the highest one is 5. So, I'll write from 0 to 5. Yes, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Our next step will be to start with the telemarks. Very first one is 0. So I'll put a telemark. Yes, you all know the symbol of telemarks is like this. I'll put a telemark against the column of 0. Then 1, then it is 2, then 5. The next one is 3, then it is 4. After that it is 2, then 1, then it is 2, again it is 4, 3, 2, then it is 5, 3 and then we have 2. So now after 4 our next telemark will be like this, that is across. After that it is 0 and then it is 2 again. Now why we did so? The reason is to make the work easy, to make the total easy. So now I'll make the final total in the column of number of days of frequency. Very first one is 2, again 2. Yes, this is 5 plus 1, it is 6, then it is 3, 2 and again it is 2. I will make the total. 2 and 2 is 4, 4 plus 6 is 10, 10 plus 3 is 13, 13 plus 2 15, 15 plus 2 is 17. I'll write total over here. Now it is simple, we can even verify it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 and 17. It's not matching, if it is not same, it means that there is some mistake. Then I need to search that mistake. And one thing more students, that over here the difference between the highest and the lowest XI is known as range. Yes, range is denoted by R. The formula of it is maximum value minus minimum value. Maximum value minus minimum value. So over here our maximum value is 5, our minimum value is 0. So the range is 5. And one thing more, the definition of frequency. A numeric value showing the repetition of value of an observation is called frequency. Yes, this is a numeric value and it is showing the repetition of the value of observations. Students, I hope I am clear to you with the topic. I will continue now with continuous frequency distribution. Now a continuous frequency distribution is carried out when variable of a raw data is continuous or the range of the data is large. First of all, the number of the classes, that is denoted by K, or class length, that is denoted by C, is decided for the raw data. Yes, first we need to decide the number of classes or the class length. Generally, depending on the raw data, any number from 6 to 15 is decided for the number of classes. It means normally the number of classes are from 6 to 15. Yes, students, but over here you're supposed to see that this is accepted as a universal trend which may not be true for every study. Under some special circumstances, the number of classes may be less than 6 or more than 15. Yes, it depends upon the range. After deciding number of classes, the class length, that is C, is decided for each class. For this purpose, range, that is denoted by R, which you already know, of the raw data is divided by the number of classes, which is denoted by capital K. Practically, the value of the number of classes K and the value of class length, that is C, are decided in such a way that they are positive integers and their product value and their multiplied value is at least the value of range. Over here, the notations are given to you on the screen. If the class length for different classes are equal, then it is called continuous frequency distribution with equal class length, but natural. Whenever the range of the raw data is too large, then depending on the given information, the class length of different classes may be different. So, it is called frequency distribution with unequal class length. After deciding the class length, class limits are decided for each class. On the basis of class limits, continuous frequency distribution can be categorized in two ways. The very first one is exclusive frequency distribution. The second one is inclusive frequency distribution. Students, on the screen, you will find the heading Continuous Frequency Distribution. The marks obtained by students in the subject of English are as follows. Prepare a frequency distribution of 6 classes. Over here, the question is given to you that is related to continuous frequency distribution. It means that over here we are supposed to make the classes. Now, over here, the K, that is the number of classes, is already given to you people. Now, yes, our very first step will be to find out range. The range, as you can see on the screen, yes, the formula is maximum value minus minimum value. Maximum value, if you see the question, it is 20 8. The minimum value is 0. So 28 minus 0 equals to 28. Our next step will be to find out the class length. Class length denoted by C. Formula, range upon number of classes. Number of classes denoted by K, already given in the question, 6. So it is 28 by 6, we will get 4.66. Now our class length can be either 4 or 5. So if I take C equals to 4, so if I multiply C into K, it is 4 into 6 equals to 24, which is lower than the value of range. Now, so obviously it won't be possible. Now I'll take C equals to 5. C into K equals to 5 into 6 equals to 30. This is higher than the value of range. So obviously my class length will be of 5. Now I'll start explaining you the sum over here. It will be of exclusive classes. Now I start. A class should be such that the lowest one and the highest one are included. So I first start that 0 should be included, and obviously 28 should also be included. So obviously it will be 0 to 5. Then it will be 5 to 10. See, gap of 5 is must. 10 to 15. 15 to 20. 20 to 25. 25 to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 classes are there. Now I start with the tally marks. Now students, our very first number is 17. So 17 will come over here. Then it is 22. 0 at the top. 18. 18 I'll mark over here. Then it is 14. 16. 19. 21. 26. 3. 9. 13. 18. Yes, a cross like this, as I explained you earlier. Then it is 25. 25 won't be here. 25 will be here. As it is exclusive series, we will exclude it from here. It will be here, 25. Then it is 20. 20 also over here. Then 13. 14. 24. 8. 24. 28. 12. 15. 25. In this class. Then it is 10. 10 will be over here. Then I'll start with the total 2. 2. Then it is, yes, a set of 5 plus 1. 6. Again 6. 5. And then it is 4. We'll make the total. 2 and 2 is 4. 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 6 is 16. 16 plus 5 is 21. 21 plus 4 is 25. Total over here. Now, in detail about the exclusive classes. Now, in exclusive classes, the observation having value equal to the lower limit is included in that class, but the observation having the value equal to the upper limit is included in the next class. This is the theory part I have already explained you with the help of practical 1. Now, next it says that usually exclusive continuous frequency distribution is carried out for the continuous raw data. But what about the inclusive classes? Now, students, the inclusive continuous frequency distribution is carried out for the discrete raw data having large value of range. On the screen, you will find it. Telemarks, now you all know how to mark it. So, students, I am done with today's e-class. Thank you.